Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Just got done checking out Roger Waters' The Dark Side of the Moon, Redux. I went into this very hesitantly because when I first heard about this, I'm a huge Roger Waters fan. I just gotta get that out there first. I've loved the Pink Floyd, and Roger Waters since I was like early teens. I just fell in love with their music, his style of writing, just the stories, all the, I don't know, everything. Just everything about Pink Floyd loved. I loved our Roger Waters solo stuff. It inspired me to want to like write even more creatively and everything with my music. So I just wanted to go into that saying that. But when I heard about this, I was not excited. I'm like, why would you do that? And I heard the first single, Money, and I was like, oh, man, that is not good. I just did not like that at all. The only thing that was a little bit saving grace, I guess, about that is I'm like one of the weird ones that thinks Money is probably the weakest song on the album. So I was like, all right, that's a tough one. I mean, David Gilmour kills it on vocals on that one. It's a great guitar solo. He did not try to copy the guitar solo or the vocal style at all on that one, but I didn't really like what he did vocally with it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be weird. So I heard a couple interviews with him. He was talking about why he did this. He said he's not trying to recreate it. This is just like, just a celebration of it. He knew that the anniversary was coming up. He wanted to do something to celebrate it. There was no way he was going to go in and try to redo it his way. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a listen. And, I still love Roger Waters. He's turned into almost like a grumpy old man nowadays. But he's still fighting with, David Gilmour. And he claims a lot of this was all his. I mean, the original version was those four guys. It would not have sounded anything. It would not have been as huge. Come on, let's be real. It wouldn't have been if it wasn't for those four guys. So he needs to come down off his high horse a little bit there, but he did write all the lyrics for this, which was weird. He didn't sing on the album at all. It was Richard Wright and David Gilmour did, but they have a strange history, so whatever. It's not really strange when you look at their big history of all the stuff they've done together. It's not really that strange, I guess. But so anyway, starts out with "Speak to Me" when there's talking. And it goes into Breathe, and some more talking, and his singing in it is, I don't know, definitely a lot lower. He's not trying to sing in the same range or anything as that. It's a little bit weak and frail in his delivery. The instrumentation on this whole album is very laid back, very stripped back. A lot of orchestral stuff going on with cellos and acoustic guitar, and it continues on with a lot of talking and on the run, and that's just the way this thing's going. And at this point I was like, oh man, there's a lot of talking, and to the point where it's just like, is this the whole album going to be just him talking throughout the whole thing? Well, then finally it's the time, and he's, there's none of the clock things, none of that's there. That's all gone. They didn't even try to recreate that, which I kind of respect. He went into this with his band, saying we're just going to do this cool, laid-back little thing. It never picks up, really. Money a little bit, but not even really there. And he sings this one similar to the original, but, you get the duality from David Gilmour and Richard Wright singing this part. And, there's no keyboard texturing or anything from Richard Wright in any of the stuff. A lot of piano, a lot of organ on this album as well. So that's really missing. None of the solos are there on any of this. And at this point, you're just kind of like, all right. So then the Great Gig in the Sky kicks in, a lot more talking. He doesn't, obviously there's no attempt to recreate the singing in that one. The female vocal part. It's very strange. It's Roger Waters humming, like a dual track humming, just briefly, and then more talking. And, I already talked about Money, where it kicks in. It's a little more subdued, laid back, cello in it, and a lot of talking. Just a lot of talking. Finally gets Us and Them, still talking, but he sings that one. That one stays, that's probably the one that stays closest. That maybe Brain Damage. And he does that one okay. That one's okay. That one's cool. It's a chill, relaxed, kind of what I was hoping this was going to be. It doesn't really kick in until Us and Them. And then any color you like, a lot more talking. It's just him just reciting. It's almost like beat poetry over subdued versions of Dark Side of the Moon. And then Brain Damage. He actually sings part of this in the normal register, the original key, and he does it okay. It sounds good. I was kind of wondering why he didn't do the rest of the album that way. He's still got range. He can do it. So why he sang the rest of this album in such a low gravelly whisper sing is like, I don't know. I don't know why he chose to do almost the entire album that way with all this talking. And then of course Eclipse just kind of ends with that gravelly talking again, or singing I should say. Not a whole lot of talking. It ends with a little thing at the end, but nothing big. So even though I've kind of got on this about the talking and everything through that, I actually found myself kind of liking it. I realized what it was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be a laid-back version, him just not trying to recreate it at all, which I completely respect. He didn't try to do anything similar. The solos, he didn't, call in extra, musicians like Snowy White or somebody to come in and try to recreate the solos, or try to get another female vocalist to come in and recreate all that singing, get somebody to come in and play the keys like Richard Wright. He didn't try to do any of that. He left all that alone. He just went in there and said, here, this is what I got to give. This is my version of it. This is where I'm at now in my life, and let's celebrate this album. I respect that. With that frame of mind listening to it, I actually kind of liked it. All except for Money. I still don't like Money. But anyway, I probably will listen to this again, actually. Now they got all the way through it, and there's points in it where I Overall, it flowed really nice. It was a cool, relaxed, vibe to it. It's something you probably want to listen to it with headphones on. It's not something you want to put in your stereo and walk around the house or drive listening to or anything like that. It was just something that if you feel like chilling out and relaxing. You've heard the original 100 times, like all of us have, and you just want a little change of pace. It was kind of cool, so I will give him that. It was worth it. I liked it. Not gonna lie. I didn't think I was going to, but I did. So anyway, feel free to share your thoughts and comments on what you think he's done with it, or what you think of the original, or anything else you want to share. That's fine with me. Comments down below, and like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And until the next one, we'll see you.